That was quite the part one of a two-parter finale, huh? Wasn't expecting that. Hey everyone, this is Joe from ActionX. Welcome to What's in the Tube. And before I continue even further, I hope you all had a great holiday, a Merry Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever holiday you celebrate, and also a great New Year. Also, this is the start of a new decade. There was a hair in my mouth for some freaking reason. I don't know where that came from. I hope all of you enjoyed your holidays and are ready to return back to normalcy. I'm certainly here, ready to finally get off my lazy ass and finally produce content for hopefully the whole year. Now, if you were curious to saying, well, if you're curious to ask why the hell I'm saying that, watch our ActionX State of the Channel update that we posted yesterday, which is the reason why this is coming out on Sunday, because I wanted to give that update some room to breathe so everyone can get acquainted. Otherwise, if you don't really care, it's like, oh, I just want to watch the High School Musical, the series reviews, you come to the right place. But I'm just clarifying for anyone who's concerned. And also, this is a new setup. I want to try and get the TV more in the episodes. I will not be able to do this for every episode because, as you can see, I'm still trying to figure out how to set this up. I'm in this very weird angle, so to speak. It's not really doing well for my face right now. I'll have to see how this is. I'm seeing myself on the camera right now, but anyway, pre-production, production, behind the scenes issues aside, let's get down to it. You're here for High School Musical, the musical of the series, the first episode of 2020. We're wrapping to a close already, guys. This is the beginning of the two-part season finale. Now, I wasn't expecting this episode to be the way it was. I honestly felt like, because not really spoiler, but I had read the episode titles before I watched the show, or at least when everything was posted. So I was really concerned if everything was being saved for this episode in terms of the play, and then the next episode would just be average high school stuff. No, it's actually it actually is a two-parter finale, which is fairly weird considering the fact that, again, this show has been very different from what I'm usually used to, because it's a half-hour show, but it's not in the 20-episode format. It's 10 episodes, so they move things fairly quickly, and we didn't really get to focus much on the musical stuff in the middle part of the season. It was morely towards the characters, which is why I started to really love the show. And then last week's episode, which was going back to it, it definitely did do its best to blend the two things well. And definitely this episode did a much better job, where I frankly enjoyed it. It definitely felt like a two-parter. This was definitely part one of the finale, because it does set up some things that we'll hopefully get to see resolved in the season finale next time. And yeah, but let's go through it together. Let me grab my hand and we'll do it. Yeah, first of all, I'm just commenting. This is not the best angle for me. I don't know. I'm still working on it. George is coming over fairly soon. We're going to talk about it. Remember, we're doing a Crisis Infinite Earth episode of What's on the Tube. Anyway, plugging over. Let's get to High School Musical stuff with the butchered recap. So I believe we begin literally with a flash forward. Yep, they're doing arrow stuff again. Oh god. Okay. Side step back. We're getting to see the cast prepare for Act 2 of the musical, which initially my initial reaction was, are they just gonna skip the whole first half of the musical? Are they gonna do this just to fit in the 20-minute time slot? But no. It was actually just a flash forward as we eventually wind the clock back. I believe it's 8 hours before the showtime. So again, we immediately jump from tech rehearsals to day of the show. Now again, I don't know how productions work. I don't know how musical productions work, or if that's even the correct order or sequence. Again, time jumps are common here. But anyway, so we cut back to Ricky at Big Red's house. He's kind of working on the song he's gonna sing for Nene that day, kind of expressing his current feelings for her since Gina's gone, the kiss that happened. Also, this is confirmed. Gina is gone. She's gone. That was probably the biggest reveal, one of the biggest reveals for this episode, where it's they find out that she's gone. She's moved away. We don't even get to say a proper goodbye. Now, again, this could obviously be she was kind of didn't want to confront them and say goodbye. I guess she was oh, they all know I'm leaving, so I'm not even going to bother saying goodbye. Definitely a callback to Gabriella's character from the movies, where she has said goodbye so many times that eventually it just becomes disheartening after a while to do it all over again. Especially this time, considering the fact when we last saw her in episode 7, she was really feeling like, this is my friend group. This is my family. And to see that get, harping back to the episode, to see that get taken away from her because of her mom's job, it definitely does. It does sting. It does definitely sting, especially for her. So But the fact that we didn't even get to see her say goodbye, it made sense, but it kind of felt really surprising to me that they just immediately okay, Gina's gone, we're at the day of the musical. Things just move fairly quickly here in this world. Because we were already, it wasn't that long ago, we were on the first day, and now here we are in December for the show. So anyway, let's get that there. So Ricky tells him, Big Red, that, hey, me and Nene, we almost kissed a couple at the tech rehearsal when we were at the other theater. I don't think we got to see Big Red's real reaction to it. He was more just like asking questions, stuff like that. The best friend, what he would do. And then we cut immediately as a reflection to Nene and Courtney's like side of the whole thing, where Nene is going to give Ricky something, kind of like a dog tag with four words. We don't know what those words are yet, but they kind of signify that Nene's. It's weird because like Nene is just wanting to stay friends with Ricky, but we're also seeing that she might still have feelings for Ricky. So we don't exactly know where her state of mind is just quite yet. Meanwhile, Courtney's still like dealing with the whole secret that she called up the program that Nene was interested in a couple episodes ago, and representatives coming over to see the musical to kind of see if Nene has what it takes to join the Young Artist program. But Nene's completely unaware of this. She's just focused on opening night, as well as the revelation that since Gina is no longer on the show, Courtney's stepping in to be Taylor from the movie. So, again, another weird thing where it's like, do you think this would have been figured out in the last episode? Because I understand that Miss Jen had an epiphany in the last episode, but shouldn't the priority have been like, hey, Gina is going to leave, so wouldn't we have to find... I mean, was there... I don't remember if there was an understudy for Taylor, but I do recall that there was... This was handled fairly weirdly, where I think, again, I know this is Miss Jen's first ever production as a teacher, but she should have at least realized, hey, one of the leads is gone. We need to fill in for her quickly. And unless Courtney knew about this for a couple days, but the fact, no. She told him literally the night of the show. What the hell, Miss Jen? Like, couldn't you literally just tell her that at least... Because from what I remember, like, it was a 12-day heads up that Gina was going to move with her mom to, apparently, the East Coast. So, couldn't Miss Jen have picked this out, like, a week ago? Anywho, so we eventually cut back to... What do we cut back to? So we're heading to East High. We're heading to the school. Apparently, the Miss Jen is using the auditorium to be the stage since they opted... Since the original auditorium is currently not in use, and then the other theater was like, it was big enough, but it wouldn't feel right for this production. They're opting to do it all in the school gym. Ricky shows up to kind of like get his pre-show jitters out of the way. Nene shows up quickly after, and they kind of have a brief moment where it's like they're kind of like in the indecisive stage of like, how do we handle this near kiss? How do we handle these still harboring feelings for each other? Was it just, hey, we're cool. We're cool. Immediately ends everything. Nene puts back the dog tag she had for Ricky, and I guess Ricky still had some things left unsaid. But we eventually cut to literally half an hour before the show, so time jumps are we're just flying through here. Everyone's getting ready for the musical. Everyone's in costume. It's right to finally see. We're seeing everything culminate together in opening night of the show. Ashley's in the Miss Darbus outfit. Troy, Jesus Christ, I'm mixing up the movies with the show now. I'm sorry. So everyone's just in costume. Everyone's getting ready. And just then again, Miss Jen decides to make the announcement. Oh, by the way, Courtney, our costume designer, is just suddenly going to be Taylor. Like on opening night. Like again, shouldn't she even warn anyone? Like anyone beforehand? I don't get it. I really don't get it. Goddamn Miss Jen. Where do we go? So we got some lingering like look backs from Ricky and Nene, definitely signifying that they still have some feelings for each other. So that's sort of where we are at, and we're kind of just getting a little bit of a montage throughout the last 20 minutes before showtime of them looking at each other while they're getting ready for the musical, and then we finally get to the musical itself. We get to see Ricky's dad make an appearance. It's been a while. I think it's been a while. I don't remember when I saw him. I don't remember all the adult figures of the show. And also Ricky's mom's there to kind of support them regardless of their current situation. But Miss Jen is unaware of the fact that they're currently divorced or in the process of divorcing. But so I'm pretty sure Miss Jen is taken as a sign that, oh, he's still taken. He's not on the market. So how will that turn out? We'll have to see. Maybe next season. Who knows? So it's about to begin. Apparently, something's going around with the soundboard because apparently, freaking Big Red doesn't know how to work a soundboard. Miss Jen, couldn't you have not figured this out? You had a whole tech rehearsal. Like, couldn't you have another tech rehearsal before this happened? Then we get the other teacher. I forgot his name. He's not really a douchebag anymore. He's just kind of like a grumpy teacher. He shows up kind of like he's there to support because he's in the more fancier suit. But Miss Jen asks him, "Hey, listen, this is your soundboard. Can you maybe just run sound for the musical?" He's like, "Sure, why not? I'm gonna go save the day." Apparently, okay. So we get to the actual performance. Weird thing that they kind of like style this, like, we don't get to see the opening song. We get to see Miss Jen and this teacher kind of like, I guess it's kind of like a reference to like maybe they could become something else because the episode 7 kind of set up the fact like they have more in common than you realize. These are kind of lonely spirits who are kind of confident and powerful in their So is it kind of like a hint that there maybe could be something? Who knows? So we get to the rest of the play. They're actually doing a pretty good job with this musical. A couple of minor missteps, like, did they ever finish painting the lockers? I mean, I know they were kind of like under budgeted, but like, I mean, I'll give them kudos for figuring out like stuff on the fly, but did they really just draw lockers on like a rotating piece of board? And they didn't even finish coloring. And like, the only color I remember seeing was Sharpay's locker, so I guess that's why. But so everything's going well. Courtney kind of did a misstep during her lines because again, she literally figured this out the day of the show. Miss Jen, you expect her to be perfect just because she has an amazing singing voice does not mean she's an actress. Does not mean she can learn her lines fairly quickly. I mean, some people can, but that's besides the point. We eventually, once Act 1, they're about to get to the lunchroom scene, the pivotal. Stick to this ass close scene from the movie, and Courtney's just like, she is scared as hell. Like, she does not think she's going to be able to pull this scene off. And then Gina conveniently appears. Like, I thought that was a joke. I'm like, oh, maybe something else. But it's like, no, it was actually Gina. And it's like, maybe for a brief moment, like, did they get the original actress who played Taylor from the movies to make an appearance? Like, no. So Gina shows up. Apparently, she wanted to support them on opening night since she got a ticket last minute. Must have been a really expensive ass ticket from an East Coast to the West Coast trip. It must have been pretty expensive, so that friend must have been bawling. So everyone's just like, no, come in. We need you right now. And Gina just immediately said, okay, sure, no problem. So everything's set for this big number, and everyone's just like happy-go-lucky, which is, it's definitely, now I'm starting to see like, okay, these people are family. This is a real family over here. And so Gina goes on stage, performs a freaking awesome rendition of the dance, and the love triangle thing comes back because Ricky shows up to kind of like get ready for the next scene, and he sees Gina back. It's like, oh damn, I was so ready for Nene, but now Gina's back. Unaware that eventually he finds out that she's only there for like the day. So it's like, I'm pretty sure that kind of like hindered expectations because unless Ricky's gonna do a long distance relationship, I don't see that happening. At least for me. But before we get to the end of Act 1, Nene and Courtney oversee that apparently Nene finds out that someone from the program is there to kind of scout her, to kind of look at her performance, see if she's able to go to the program, and Nene gets cold feet and kind of runs off. Not runs off, but she's kind of scared, kind of like worried, looking like she could make a fool out of herself. So we get to the last musical number, which is the Get Your Head in the Game, which wasn't that before? This is the thing I never understand about when you adapt a movie to the musical. Like, they always move stuff around. Like, shouldn't this song come before Sticking to the Status Quo? Or am I remembering the first movie wrong? So they're doing a phenomenal job with that song. They did a really good job. And they're about to do a stunt, and Ricky sees his mom with her new boyfriend. I mean, okay, Ricky's mom. Why? Why do you bring your boyfriend from Chicago to your son's musical? Why? Like, that is the most stupidest decision any parent can make. Like, this is a moment where it's like a child should see his parents in the audience, not his divorced parents and his mom's new boyfriend. You just don't. You kind of like. I mean, I guess some people are okay with like seeing their parents move on to another better partner. I get that, but Ricky isn't. Like she saw how affected Ricky was when she was last visiting. Shouldn't she put two and two together? And that definitely just showcased that Ricky did not tell his mom his full opinions on from the 7th episode. It didn't. So it's quite difficult for me to understand why she would. And obviously Ricky does not have a positive reaction to this. He just leaves in the last moment from the musical, and he goes back to the dressing room. He finds out that apparently Nini's going to be scouted, and so combine that with him caring about Nini and her future, he goes to EJ, who I clearly forgot about in this episode. He was there. And that's just another bad sign, at least for me. It's like, what is EJ's purpose anymore? No, I hate when I say that, and it sounds like I'm hating on the actor. I am not. I'm just generally curious, what is his character direction anymore? Like, what is it? Like, is he just there to prove himself? Is he just there to find himself? Like, I don't know. We're not getting a clear direction with EJ. He's just like, he's in the episode, we need him. Okay, we'll just have him fill in for Troy at the end. Like, I cannot remember what his lines were in this episode. I could not. I could have just easily omitted him had he not had that moment in the flash forward and in the ending. That's just how I feel. So Ricky relinquishes the Troy role to him for the remaining of the play because he wants Nini to have a partner that could do these scenes justice to make her shine so she can go to the program. And she knows at his current state he cannot, so he's giving it to EJ, and that kind of when we ends the episode where EJ's kind of like psyching himself up, like, okay, it's my time, and we kind of end part 1 there. Overall, a pretty good episode. It was really good. They definitely did a better job with the whole. I mean, again, it sounds like I'm kind of jiving off. I'm kind of like making a little bit like. I'm not really giving much credit to the beginning portion of the season. I'm not. They were still pretty good. It was just that where the energy was, where the style was in episode 5 onwards. That was the thing I really, really loved. But the thing I had to question was that wasn't even focusing on the musical. This was focusing on the characters. And when we got to the actual musical parts of the show, like they had to like divide the attention there. So they definitely made a better job here, continuing the characters, putting them in new difficult position, especially even on opening night, which is already the most stressful time because like this is their first time presenting to an audience. A lot of things are at stake here. Definitely, I'm thankful that they decided to split this into a 2-parter so that they can give the whole play a time to shine as well as to give these current conflicts, these current scenarios, their proper moment of resolution. And I can't wait to see where things wrap up in the next episode, which will be the season 1 finale, which I still can't believe, like 9 weeks, going into 10 weeks has already flew by fairly quickly. Technically 9 weeks because we got 2 episodes in the first week, so... because they had the preview the week before, so technically, no, yeah, for me it was 10 weeks, for some people it was 9 weeks, but whatever. Overall, 2 thumbs up, really good episode, can't wait for next week's episode, and I believe that is all I have to say on the matter, so, yeah, so, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to know what's coming up later on What's on the Tube for here on ActionX, I believe, I'm going to be doing an episode, I haven't decided the show yet. I got a feeling what the show is. It's probably going to be How I Met Your Mother. But I have no guarantees on that just yet. It will probably be How I Met Your Mother. I'll be taking over the Monday's time slot. Otherwise, I'll be pumped back to next week. Follow me on Twitter. So, see something tomorrow. Maybe not. I don't know. There's a lot for me to do. I'm literally recording this. I'm on a time limit right now. But I didn't rush the episode review. I'm just calming you down. I did the natural runtime. It's just that I do have something to attend to. So, I kind of had to do this now instead of doing it tonight where I could possibly have been even more exhausted. So, wanted to give everyone the normal Joe energy, as I like to call it. Yeah, so then after that, the next episode review will be the season 1 finale, which will be which will be the real next time if you're just following along for High School Musical, the musical, the series. Nancy Drew stuff will be returning next week, Rookie long after, and then if you have seen my update video, if you've seen it, I'll just remind you again. Next time on High School Musical, the musical, the series episode reviews will be the season 1 finale. Then a week after that will be the season 1 review. And then the week after that will be the season 2 prediction / hopes video that will kind of wrap up the first wave of High School Musical stuff for the What's on the Tube channel. Oh my god, I'm so freaking it's the new year. I'm already like making so many grammar mistakes. And yeah, that's gonna do it for me. So if you're just curious on High School Musical, the musical, the studio, I'll see you guys next week with the next episode review, the season finale, as some might say. Anyway, that's it for me, guys. So anyway, if you were unaware, this was What's on the Tube from ActionX. If you want to see more from ActionX, please subscribe to our channel. Please ring the bell for notification when a new video goes live, whether it is What's on the Tube or other shows like Let's Chill Talk, DVD unboxings, or the Pod Xcast. You don't want to miss those out. And like this video, share this video, favorite this video. Let me guys know, what do you think of the new setup? Like, obviously, I'm going to work on the angle stuff. That's going to change as the beginning weeks of 2020 move on. It's going to change. But the TV will be here. Do you guys like this idea? Do you like it when I'm just on the couch? I'm not on the couch anymore. I'm on my very old reclining chair. I need to get a new chair. I need to get a lot of new things. But anyway, that's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you guys so much. Peace out.